We is back. Guess them boys want. I guess they ain't finished with Kanye yet. You know what I mean? Guess their work not done with yet. That like button, man. Subscribe to the channel if you new, man. Yo, CSI CEDDY, man. Shit's getting out of control, man. It's getting out of control with these with him specifically. Like, he really is a CSI agent, yo. Crime scene investigate. He don't just investigate crime scenes now. Like he didn't took it a step beyond crime scenes. He just investigating cases altogether. Straight up. He ain't just CSI CEDDY no more. He just CEDDY Nash, the investigator. The YouTube private eye. Like, this nigga is out of control. I guess views can do that to some people, yo, when you ain't never been nothing, never had nothing. I mean, start making a little couple of eyes, you start getting some views. That shit can take you a whole nother direction. Can't do it to me though. Can't do it to me. It don't matter how many views. I can do 20K every video, 100K, 250K. I ain't never gonna be on this bitch trying to crack my motherfucking case. Nope. Ain't my lane. Ain't my lane. Ain't my job. The officer needs to start paying his motherfucking debts. The officer don't want to pay nobody, man. What's up with you, man? What's up with all of a sudden I want to pay niggas, man? Man, I can't make no noise, man. Mario, what it do? Then we got Kanye West. Look like his return got off to a fucking a fast-paced start, but they didn't halted that bitch. That nigga Kanye, yo took off like lightning and they parked his ass. That shit crazy, man. Didn't he sit down with the rabbi? Niggas not honoring Kanye West sit down with the rabbi no more? I thought that was enough. I thought that's all you had to do, man. Man, sweet to NY, man. Straight up. Man, I don't know what's up with him. Yo, why is Aunt Glizzy going in on Cuban assassin, man? Didn't Kanye sit down with the rabbi, yo? I don't get this, y'all. I thought once you sat down with the rabbi, all your sins is cleared. That's not how that go?
I feel really blessed to be able to sit here with you.
It don't go like that, yo. I thought once you sit down with the Jewish rabbi, yo, you got a clean slate. It's like you born again. It's like filing for bankruptcy. That's not how that works. Hold up, man. I could have sworn that's what it was. That's why everybody do it. I mean, it got to be some type of incentive to it, I would think. Yo, that's not how that worked though. Thought when you said that with the Jewish rabbi, yo, all your debts is wiped away. At least that's what I thought. Cause if that's not the case, why anybody do it? We didn't seen Kyrie Irving do it. We didn't seen Kanye do it several times. We just seen Young Thug do it. But now, Kanye West, he had a show. They done canceled the bitch. He's not wanted in the UK. Now, let me put some tags in this video, man, while we watch Kanye apologize. Or kiss their feet or something. Kiss their ring. I don't know which you want to call it, buddy. Whatever you want to call it, he did it.
Really blessed to be able to sit here with you today and just take accountability. I was dealing with some various issues, dealing with bipolar also. So it would take the ideas I had and have me take.
Yo, this man sitting here and apologizing to a dude that don't even speak English. You need the apology translated. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't no fucking way, y'all. Don't gotta translate the apology. And Nico, don't start that shit, bro. Don't start it. Not for that today. Tonight. Yo, if you can't understand my language, then I ain't apologizing. Straight up. Fuck that. Right. Hold on, I'm ready to put the tags in this video while we do this.
To an extreme where I would forget about the protection of the people around me and myself. So I wanted to come and take accountability. Sometimes people aren't that knowledgeable about the bipolar and the cause or what causes it and the way you act when you have this disease. So it's like if you left the house and you
what you talking about, yo?
And your kid went and messed up the kitchen and messed up the garage and messed up the living room. Now when you get back, it's your responsibility because that's your job.
Yo, these niggas it's no fucking way, yo. I'm sorry, yo. Hey, that's why I say, yo, they know how to pick these people, man. I swear they know how to pick them, man. Man, you crazy. The fuck I wouldn't. Man, you crazy, man. The man don't even speak English, man. Yo, the fucker look like apologizing to a motherfucker that don't even speak English. Yo, obviously, you don't even know what I said. The fuck you talk? You don't even know what I said. What the fuck I'm apologizing to you for? If I offended anybody, you ain't catch it because you couldn't understand me. Unless you had that shit translated. Get the fuck out of here, man. That man crazy, man. Yeah, all right. That's not a back over, yo.
And just take accountability. I was dealing with some various issues, dealing with bipolar also. So it would take the ideas I had and have me take them to an extreme where I would forget about the protection of the people around me and myself. So I wanted to come and take accountability. Sometimes people aren't that knowledgeable about the bipolar and the cause or what causes it and the way you act when you have this disease. So it's like if you left the house and you left your kid at the house and your kid went and messed up the kitchen and messed up the garage and messed up the living room. Now when you get back,
Yeah,
It's your
that man
responsibility because
compared
that's your
himself.
child.
That man compared himself to a kid. Is that Gilly there? Is it? You don't tell me they got. Is that? Hold on, y'all. That's not Gilly holding the camera, is it?
Your child. And that's the way I look at it. It's like I gotta go clean up the kitchen, I gotta clean up the living room, I gotta clean up the garage. Yeah, and it's a big deal for me.
Yo, fuck that, yo. You gotta at least, acknowledge me, yo. If I'm apologizing, acknowledge that you understand what I'm saying, bro. Like, don't just stab me and shit. Like, hey, don't just stare at him. Hey, yo, nod your head or something, my nigga. You feel me? Give me a thumbs up. Like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I feel that. Yo, don't just stare at me, yo. Like, nah, we ain't doing that, man.
And to come and take accountability for all the things that I've said. And I really just appreciate you embracing me with open arms and allowing me to make amends. And this is the beginning and the first steps and the first brick by brick to build back the strong walls.
Pretty thing.
CSI Judaism brought to the world a way for someone when he regret about something that he has done wrong. And the Jews live on this way of if someone did something wrong, he can regret and fix it.
Yeah, it's hilarious, man.
And the rabbi is hugging you and hugging everybody. And God willing,
Yeah, it's
and from
crazy.
now on, strong things and good things, and only good. You are very good.
Amen.
Yo, this is wild, yo. Wow. I would feel like a stone cold sucker when I walk out of there. He might as well let them stick a broomstick up his ass.
I wanted the word cuppa as in cup of tea.
Ain't no way, man. I gotta watch that shit one more time just so I can make sure that's really what I'm saying. Gotta watch it one more time just to make sure that that really happened. Yeah, this nigga is crazy.
Take accountability. I was dealing with some various issues, dealing with bipolar also. So it would take the ideas I had and have them taken it to an extreme where I would forget about the protection of the people around me and myself. So I wanted to come and take accountability. Sometimes people aren't that knowledgeable about the bipolar and the cause or what causes it and the way you act when you have this disease. So it's like if you left the house and you left your kid at the house and your kid went and messed up the kitchen and messed up the garage and messed up the living room. Now when you get back, it's your responsibility because that's your child. And that's the way I look at it. It's like I gotta go clean up the kitchen, I gotta clean up the living room, I gotta clean up the garage. Yeah, and it's a big deal for me as a man to come and take accountability for all the things that I've said. And I really just appreciate you embracing me with open arms and allowing me to make amends. And this is me.
He looked like he rubbing his feet. I mean, we don't know. He holding his hands on camera, but I don't know what he doing with his feet. Like, ain't no telling. Ain't no telling, but the nigga probably ain't got no shoes on. It's crazy, yo. No way. Nope.
Beginning and the first steps and the first brick by brick to build
I die
back the
first
strong
before I do
walls.
this, yo.
The rabbi said that the Judaism Judaism brought to the world a way for someone when he regret about something that he has done wrong. And the Jews live on this way of if someone did something wrong, he can regret and fix it. And the rabbi is hugging you and hugging everybody. And God willing, and from now on, strong things and good things, and only good. You are very good.
Amen. That's a blessing, man. Very good.
Yo, damn, yeah. Yeah, I don't fuck with yo. Kanye West owe me some money anyway. Yo, my fucking page got demonetized fucking around with Kanye West before, man. Hate speech. Y'all remember when Kanye West did that Drink Champs interview? Yo, all I did was watch the bitch. Man, they struck my channel. This right before I got monetized. They struck my channel. Made Drink Champs take the video down and struck my shit for hate speech. I'm like, how the fuck is my shit? How am I hate speech? Just by watching the video. They did that to me, y'all. Now, 3-4 years later, Kanye West on this bitch massaging that man's hands and shit. Man, these motherfuckers is crazy, yo. Yo, but this didn't work. The crazy thing about it, the reason I showed that, right, is because Kanye West, I think he had like a tour set up. But he's not allowed into the UK. So look, this is a tour. Looked like it was a hell of a tour, man. You don't hear this there? Oh, they on the moon and shit.
Let me hear you.
I don't even listen to Kanye West music. Like, that man, to me, he been fell off musically. Like, been.
It's been a long time coming. Fresh news.
Looked like it was a hell of a show, man. Hell of a performance. Talking. I'm starting to think all that shit was a play. For real. But it might not been, because he just canceled the show. So I watched the video the other day, right? From the page, it's called The Truth Is. Y'all familiar with that page? And he broke down Kanye West's return to music. But I don't know, man. I don't know if he accurate or not, because just check it out. He kind of dived more into conspiracies and break down like numeric Roman terms. Like I ain't really, versed in none of that shit. So I watch it, because it's a good watch. But I don't really, some people believe in that shit. I just don't know enough about it to really believe in it. But it's interesting how he breaks these things down. Check it out.
His industry throne. After dropping a new album and selling out a US stadium for the first time in years, he has transformed from an industry outcast back into its most powerful figure. But this comeback was not a coincidence. If you look closely at his latest music video and the symbols displayed at SoFi Stadium, you will see that this return came with a specific cause. The question is not just how he got back on top, but what he had to become to get there. Is Kanye still the only artist who can't be controlled? Or has he finally accepted his role as a high-level industry vessel? Today, we are decoding the layers of his latest performance to uncover the reality behind the new Kanye West. Just last year, Kanye West was arguably the most blacklisted individual in the entire entertainment world. He was the industry's #1 enemy. We saw a total collapse of his business empire as major global sponsors dropped him, his longtime record labels cut ties, and he was effectively banned from performing in every major US venue. It seemed like the bridges weren't just burned, they were completely demolished. But almost overnight, that narrative began to shift. The catalyst for this sudden transformation was his alignment with the powerful new distribution and media company Gamma. Shortly after this deal was finalized, Kanye embarked on a massive, calculated PR apology campaign. This move was clearly the key that unlocked the door that had been slammed shut for years. The results were undeniable. Not only was he able to release a new album that immediately dominated the streaming charts, but he just successfully sold out SoFi Stadium in California. This performance marked Ye's official re-entry into the highest levels of the industry. It proved that even after challenging the very foundation of the media business, he was able to find a way back to the center of the stage. But when you consider everything Kanye has said and done over the last few years, this sudden acceptance is highly suspicious. Why would the industry powers be so willing to embrace him again after he spent years trying to expose and tear their system down? If you have been paying close attention to the visual language he's using now, the answer becomes easy to uncover. Remember, Kanye's entire platform was built on the idea that he was a rebel who could not be controlled.
Control, you get what I'm saying? They control Shaq, they can control Charles Barkley, they can control LeBron James, they can control Jay-Z or Beyonce, but they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name.
He claimed the industry was ideologically opposed to his mission and his people. He positioned himself as the one man who would never bow to the pressures of the corporate machine. Yet, here he is, standing back in the spotlight, supported by the exact same corporate and media structures he once labeled as manipulative and corrupt. This tells us that the war might be over, but not in the way his fans think. It suggests that Kanye may have finally fallen back into place, transitioning from an independent force to a strategic vessel for the industry's broader agenda. He is no longer fighting the machine. He has become a part of his latest iteration. We see the most undeniable symbolic proof of this contractual surrender in the specific imagery and symbolic themes found in his latest music video for Father. To understand what is actually happening in the Father music video, we have to look past the surface. For most people, it just looks like a collection of weird random images. But in the world of high-level media, nothing is random. Everything is a symbol used to tell a specific story. The entire video takes place inside a cold-empty church. Usually, a church represents a place of peace and tradition. But in this video, Kanye is showing us that the old world is being dismantled to make way for something new. Early on, we see a nun being arrested while a knight in armor stands by. For a normal viewer, this looks like a movie scene. But symbolically, the nun represents the old way of believing in God. By having her hauled away by the police, the video is telling us that the old rules no longer apply in Kanye's world. The knight represents the power and force. It's a message that the industry is forcibly clearing out the old guard to make room for a new kind of faith centered around celebrity. The most talked about part of the video is when the astronauts pull off Kanye's mask to reveal a gray alien. To understand this, you need to know a little about a belief called Gnosticism. Gnosticism is basically the idea that our human bodies are just suits or containers for a divine spirit that comes from the stars. In the video, Kanye is showing us that the Kanye West we see on TV is just a mask. Underneath, he is claiming to be a starseed, a being from another place who is just visiting Earth. The simplified meaning of this? He's telling us he doesn't belong to the human world anymore. He has ascended to a different level where he is no longer a man, but a vessel for a higher power.
Do y'all believe in any of this stuff? Like, it's interesting, but I don't know, I do believe in symbolism.
Off his own mask, two astronauts came for him, and then they drag him away. In the industry, astronauts or spacemen often represent the high-level handlers, the people behind the scenes who control the technology, the money, and the image of the stars. By having them unmask him, the video
I
is
don't know
showing
if I
that
do either,
Kanye
yo.
isn't even in
It's-
charge
it's
of his own
interesting,
secret.
though.
The handlers are the ones who decide when his true form is revealed and when he is removed from the stage. While Kanye is being dragged out, Travis Scott walks in. He undergoes a wedding with two women at the same time. This is what occultists call a chemical wedding. This is a direct reference to this image here. Travis is showing himself following the same path as Kanye, using it to ascend. The very last shot is a man carrying a massive wooden cross, sitting down exactly where Kanye was. This is the most important lesson of the video. The seat is never empty. The industry is a machine. It takes a vessel, like Kanye, uses them until they are exhausted or unmasked, and then immediately brings in a new person to carry the weight. It's a never-ending cycle of sacrifice. In the background, there is a man who looks exactly like Michael Jackson. Why would he be there? Michael Jackson was the ultimate example of a star who was consumed by the industry. Having a Michael Jackson look-alike watching the scene is like a hidden warning.
Did y'all see
It's-
Candace Owens break down the Michael Jackson situation? I think after we get off Kanye West, we're going to toss that in there next. Because that was an interesting video.
Suggest that the cycle of using and discarding famous people is still happening. Michael was the vessel of the 80s and the 90s, and now Kanye is the vessel for modern times. To understand the Father music video through the lens of the occult, we have to view it not as a story, but as a high-level initiation ceremony. In the world of esoteric traditions, art is often used as a sigil, a visual tool designed to manifest a specific change in reality. This video is Kanye's way of announcing his transition from a rebel to a permanent institutional archetype. The video begins in a stark, minimalist church, which in alchemy represents the Athaner, or the furnace, where the old self is burned away to create gold. The arrest of the nun is a symbolic act of desacralization. By having a knight, a symbol of the will and militant power overseeing this arrest, Kanye is signaling that the era of passive traditional worship is over. He is clearing the temple to make room for a new, darker doctrine. The most profound occult moment is the unmasking of the alien by two astronauts. In Gnostic philosophy, the material world is a prison created by a lesser god, and our human bodies are merely flesh suits hiding a divine spark. The alien form represents the pneuma, or the spirit from the stars. By revealing this form, Kanye is claiming apotheosis, the transformation of a man into God. The astronauts act as the archons, the cosmic gatekeepers who control the flow of information between the heavens and the earth. They are the handlers who manage the transition. They don't just unmask him, they harvest him, dragging the divine spark away from the church and back into the void. While Kanye is being harvested, we see Travis Scott engaging in the Hieros Gamos, or a sacred marriage. However, this is a subverted version of the ritual. By standing between two brides, Travis represents the union of dualities, the merging of the masculine and feminine into a single compliant entity. In the occult, this union is required to stabilize the energy of a ritual. While Kanye represents the chaos of the transition, Travis represents the order of the new system. The final scene, where a man carries a massive wooden cross and takes Kanye's seat, is the ultimate reveal of the industry's occult structure. This mirrors the solar cycle of death and rebirth. The old son, Kanye, has said or been abducted, and a new son must rise to take the burden. In occultism, the egregore is a collective thought form fueled by the energy of a group. The celebrity is the physical vessel for this energy. The industry requires a constant pharmakos,
The
or
like
a
button, y'all.
scapegoat, to carry the weight of the public sins and desires. The message of the video is clear. The individual artist is irrelevant. Whether it is a man, an alien, or a knight, the seat of power must remain occupied. Kanye has completed his great work by surrendering his human identity to become a permanent, faceless icon in this eternal industrial ritual. While the Father music video gave us the blueprint, Kanye's performance at SoFi Stadium was the actual activation of that ritual in the physical world. To the average fan, it was a high-energy concert with some technical glitches. But to those who understand the language of symbols, this was a massive high-level ceremony designed to finalize his new role in the industry.
Hello.
That stadium was a modern temple. In ancient times, rituals weren't held in private. They were held in massive theaters to harness the collective energy of the crowd. By choosing SoFi Stadium, one of the most technologically advanced structures in the world, Kanye transformed a sports arena into a locus sanctus, or a sacred space. When you have 70,000 people focusing their attention on one central figure, that creates a massive energy field. In the occult, this is called an egregore, a collective thought form fueled by the audience. Kanye wasn't just performing songs, he was directing the focus of a mass initiation. We see that in the aesthetic of The Void. The entire stage was covered in a thick, monochromatic fog, and the lighting was kept strictly industrial. This is the prima materia. In alchemy, this represents the void, or the first matter. Before you can create something new, you have to return everything to zero. By performing in a literal cloud of gray fog, Kanye was visually telling the audience that the old Kanye has been dissolved. He was performing from within the void, signaling that he is now a blank canvas, a perfect vessel for whatever the industry wants to project onto him. Once again, Kanye remained faceless. In esoteric traditions, the face is the seat of the ego. By removing his face, he ceases to be a human individual and becomes an archetype. He isn't a rapper named Ye anymore. He is a symbol of the artist who has been consumed by the work. During the performance, there were several moments where songs like On Sight and Power were intentionally stopped and restarted. Many fans thought these were technical errors, but from a psychological standpoint, this is a tactic called frequency recalibration. By consistently breaking the rhythm, the performer keeps the audience in a state of hyper-awareness. It forces the crowd to disconnect from their expectations and submit to the director of the event. It's a way of proving who is in total control of the environment. One of the most significant parts of the night was the appearance of Northwest alongside Travis Scott. In high-level occultism, power is often viewed as a mantle that must be passed down. By bringing his daughter onto the stage in this specific industrial setting, Kanye is signaling the continuation of the bloodline. He is showing the world that the legacy is already being prepared for the next generation. This mirrors the ancient myth of the father, Osiris, passing his kingdom to the son, Horus. It's a message that the industry isn't just about one person. It's about an eternal cycle of icons that never truly ends. The SoFi performance was the public baptism of the new Kanye West. He went from being an outcast hiding in the shadows to a faceless false god standing in the center of a stadium. And just look at the performance. You can clearly feel the dark, eerie energy coming off of it. In this specific moment, everything is pure red, flashing lights, showing the same imagery we've seen from many of these performers that many deem dark and demonic. Kanye didn't return as a rebel. He returned as a conductor. By the end of the night, the message was clear. Kanye has accepted his position within the industry. He has traded his individual voice for a permanent seat in the corporate temple. He is no longer the man fighting the machine. He is the face, or rather, the mask of the machine itself. The new Kanye isn't a man fighting for his voice. He is a high-level conductor for an industry that has moved past traditional artistry and onto the realm of mass psychological influence. By aligning with powerful distribution networks and utilizing ancient symbolic language, he has ensured his legacy will live on, but at the cost of the very independence he once claimed to protect. As we look toward the future of the bully era, we have to ask ourselves, is Kanye still the architect of this vision? Or has he become the ultimate tool for the industry's new agenda? The symbols are there for anyone with eyes to see. The knight has entered the church, the alien has been unmasked, and the next bearer of the cross is already waiting in the wings. Kanye West didn't just make a comeback, he completed a transformation. He is no longer the industry's enemy. He is the most sophisticated vessel. The evidence is clear, but the final interpretation belongs to you. Has Kanye truly returned to power, or has he simply found a new way to play a very old game? What's truly sad is that even after Kanye spent years calling the industry corrupt, he then pushed his daughter into that very same industry. Kanye wasn't the only person to sign with Gamma. He also got North to deal with them too, thrusting her into the same chains he tried to escape from. If you want to know what Kanye's price for this...
I showed y'all, I don't know what to do with that information. I think it's interesting. Like, I never really took the time to learn that shit. You know, it seems like it's like you gotta put a lot of time and effort and resources into it. And I just ain't got the time. You know, it's interesting. It could be true, could not be true. I don't know. Some people believe in it. I wouldn't say I'm a believer in it, but I watch it, you know. I do believe in symbolism. I can say that. You know, I don't know if what he's saying represents what he's saying, but I showed y'all that because he just painted this picture of Kanye West being jumping back, being thrust back into the industry, back into the spotlight. But I don't know if that's the case because the board. So I showed y'all the concert that he just had. Huge concert in SoFi Stadium. He supposed to went to London next. And this is what happened.
Outset and the pressure to cancel his performance. Kanye West was booked for the headline act at a popular music festival here in London. He's been banned from entering the country and the concert has been cancelled. Now, this was controversial from the outset and the pressure to cancel his performance has been mounting by the day, even from the UK's Prime Minister, Keir Starmer. Big sponsors, including Pepsi and PayPal, withdrew their support as the calls to ban him from entering the country continued to grow. Now, the UK Home Office has confirmed that the US rapper applied for a visa and that has been rejected and blocked by the UK government on the grounds that his presence here is not conducive to public good. So why was this so controversial? Well, the US rapper has sparked outrage and controversy in recent years for a string of anti-Semitic, racist and pro-Nazi comments. He even released a song with anti-Semitic lyrics titled...
Yo, see, but this is the funny thing about it. His concert got banned for anti-Semitic lyrics. Anti-Semitism. You know, whatever that means. But we just watched the whole video where he just apologized to the rabbi. So it's like, yo, they still fucking.
Really
see, this is why you don't do shit like this. He thought this is only 4 months ago, y'all. This is before his concert. Somebody then told him that all you got to do is sit down with this guy who don't speak English and hold his hands and, you know, do his file his fingernails, that you can now come back and have a clean slate and jump right back to where you started.
Sit here with you today and just take
Oh, you left off.
I was dealing with some various issues, dealing with bipolar also. So it would take the ideas I had and have me take them to an extreme where I would forget about the protection of the people around me and myself. So I wanted to come and take accountability. Sometimes when, you know, people aren't that knowledgeable about the bipolar.
Yo, and everybody knows. Everybody knows. You know what I mean? I'm just all I'm gonna say. Everybody knows this ain't that. So it's like, yo, you really made these these people really made you bend to them, and they still fucking you over. I wonder how much money he lost by not being accepted into the UK.
And the cause.
He gotta apologize again.
And the way you act.
They're gonna start making that nigga apologize every month. Every month you wanna rap, you gonna have to apologize to some motherfucking body, nigga. Punk ass nigga. He think it's crazy, ain't no fucking way.
Have this disease. So it's like if you left the house and you left your kid at the house and your kid went and messed up the kitchen and messed up the garage and messed up the living room. Now when you get back, it's your responsibility because that's your child. And that's the way I look at it. It's like I gotta go clean up the kitchen, I gotta clean up the living room, I gotta clean up the garage.
Nope,
Yeah, and
Yo, he
it's
compared
a
himself
big
to a
deal
child, y'all.
for
That
me
is
as a man
crazy.
to come
Yo,
and take
grown ass
accountability
man,
for all
bro.
the things that I've said. And I really just appreciate you embracing me with open arms and allowing me to make amends. And this is the beginning and the first steps and the first brick by brick to build back the strong walls.
Say she Yandut Rabbi said the Judaism Judaism brought to the world a way for someone when he regret about something that he has done wrong. And the Jews live on this way of if someone did something wrong, he can regret and fix it.
Yo, oh, that's not true. Because the Jews just blocked them in the UK. In the UK, so like, yo, he lied, yo. Somebody's lying here, man. It's lies being told.
The rabbis are hugging you and hugging everybody.
Look, he hugged everybody. Yo, he officially hugged everybody by hugging him, yo. So why did this happen? If he hugged everybody and was forgiven by everybody by hugging him, then yo, this shouldn't have never happened. Something ain't right. I got questions. I might need to sit down and talk to the rabbi. Fuck that. Somebody set me up with the rabbi. We need to talk.
This is the #1 wall on TikTok.
We need to talk, yo. So how can I get in contact with the rabbi?
A week since Ye, better known as Kanye West, was booked for the headline act at a popular music festival here in London. He's been banned from entering the country and the concert has been cancelled. Now, this was controversial from the outset and the pressure to cancel his performance has been mounting by the day, even from the UK's Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer. Big sponsors, including Pepsi and PayPal, withdrew their support as the calls to ban him from entering the country continued to grow. Now, the UK Home Office has confirmed that the US rapper applied for a visa and that has been rejected and blocked by the UK government on the grounds that his presence here is not conducive to public good. So why was
They need to make his ass apologize again. Fuck it. In front of the whole world. He might just need to hug everybody. Like, I know the rabbi said hugging him was hugging everybody, but I don't think that's enough. They might just need to make him hug everybody. You know? Just line them all up and just hug them all. I don't give a fuck how many Jews is there in the world. You need to hug every single fucking one of them. Let me see. Yeah, fuck that. I pay to watch it. Make that shit pay-per-view. How many Jews is it in the entire world?
There are approximately 15.3 to 15.7 million Jewish people worldwide, which is about 0.2% of the global population.
He need to hug them
according to
all.
estimates for late 2025 and 2026. The
Kanye-
majority, about 85%, live in Israel and the United States.
Kanye West need to hug every single one of them. All 15.3 to 15.7 million. That's the only way he can be forgiven.
So controversial. Well, the US rapper has sparked outrage and controversy in recent years for a string of anti-Semitic, racist and pro-Nazi comments. He even released a song with anti-Semitic lyrics titled Hail Hitler and sold t-shirts bearing swastikas. But as all of this blew up, the US rapper even offered to meet with the Jewish community here to show how he's changed, but that was seen as a pretty hollow offer.
He's got a long history of making very inflammatory statements, anti-Semitic statements, glorifying the Nazis and Hitler, and you can't just deal with that by meeting with the community.
As for the festival,
so they lied. I knew that shit ain't make sense. So what the fuck was the point? Yo, why did he make him sit down with the rabbi then, man? Something ain't adding up. Who lied to that man, yo? Somebody lied to Kanye, man. Made him think that sitting down with the rabbi was going what you want to call it, right? Was going to give him a clean slate. You know what I mean? It was like filing for bankruptcy. You know, when you owe, you know, when you file for bankruptcy, your debt is clear. No matter how much debt you got. You know, Dame Dash did it. But that's not gonna work, Kanye. You gotta do something. You might got shit, cut them niggas hair or something. You feel me? Give out free haircuts. I don't know, yo. He gotta do something else.
As they've paid a pretty big price. Sakia Starmer saying that the US rapper should never have been booked in the first place, and the UK government will continue to stand with the Jewish community.
Should you not at an early stage have said to Jewish groups in this country, you okay with this?
Yeah, potentially we should have done, Justin, and that may prove to be a mistake that we've made.
So what will happen to all of the...
They probably slapped his ass. Look, he the one booked him. They probably fucked you up for that. Like, you bitch. Did you clear that with us first? Look at him. Look his eye red right there. He might have got beat up, y'all, before he got on air. You know, he didn't run that past. He ain't run that past the guys first. Can't just be booking Kanye West. We don't give a fuck how many times he apologized.
A mistake that we've made.
So what will happen to all of the tickets? Well, those already bought will be refunded. This isn't the first time that Kanye West has been banned from entering a country. Australia did it just last year after he released that song Hail Hitler.
Yo, that shit
and the
is
debate
crazy, yo. Yo, why? Yo, I thought they was from Israel. Yo, why are they? How he getting banned in fucking Australia, banned in the UK? God damn! And then if you say some shit like these motherfuckers run the world, they say that shit anti-Semitic. Yeah, this shit is crazy. We live in a crazy society, man.
has been playing out against rising concern over anti-Semitism in the UK.
Yo, that is wild. So look, they wasn't done. Of course, you know they ain't never done. They ain't never done, yo. They got more. They got demands, man. Demands need to be met. I think he might have talked about Stephen A. Him and Stephen A. Smith going at it. Demands need to be met. So this is what they need Kanye to do, y'all. The Board of Deputies of British Jews has responded to Ye's statement on wireless, saying they are willing to meet with Ye, but only if he agrees not to perform at the festival this year. Like, bitch, we'll meet with you, but you ain't performing this year. Fuck that. And next year, we're going to have more demands. Fuck boy. So this is what they said. It's been less than a year since Kanye West released a song entitled Hail Hitler. The culmination of 3 years of appalling anti-Semitism has also made a number of deeply offensive comments about the black community. Look at this. They done gave black community a shout out. That's crazy. Saying that the 400-year experience of slavery was like a choice. Even while claiming remorse today, his latest album includes a track first released last year with the abhorrent title Gas Chamber. The Jewish community will want to see a genuine remorse and change before believing that the appropriate place to test this goddamn, my fucking words is fucked up. Sincerity is on the main stage at the Wireless Festival. As such, we're willing to meet Kanye West as part of his journey of healing, but only after he agrees not to play the Wireless Festival this year. Yo, that's crazy, y'all. They just fucked this nigga. They fucked him. See, y'all, I like this. To be honest, I support this, y'all. I support fucking these niggas over. You feel me? Like, yo, cause you should never, yo, if that's how you felt, stand on it, my nigga. Stand on it. See, but what happens is these guys are so controlled by money that they can't stand on anything. You know, they can't have no original thoughts, no original opinions without being chastised. Man, salute to the Jews, man. The Jewish. Shoot to my Jewish brothers and sisters, man. Look. Endeavor CEO, Ari Emanuel, one of the most influential people in Hollywood, has called for all companies to cut business ties with Kanye West, including Apple, Spotify, and Adidas. Yo, I thought he hugged all of them, yo. Damn, yo, he need to go back and holler at the rabbi. Yo, rabbi lied to him. Fuck that. I be like, rabbi, I need answers, man. What the fuck is this? You specifically told me. Well, we don't even know if that's what he told him because he was speaking through a translator. He could have told him fuck off, and the translator just said you hugging all people by hugging me. But we'll never know. You know, we don't speak Yiddish. Yeah, man. But damn, Kanye, that's fucked up, buddy. Somebody must have gave him some bad information. So I want y'all to see this video that Candace Owens dropped on Michael Jackson. Hell of a video. Yeah, they swatted his ass out. they definitely swatted him straight out, yo. And he deserved it. Because he should have stood on it, if that's what you believe. Should have stood on it, my nigga. I bet he's saying that now. He might go into another rant. No, he ain't doing that. He ain't never gonna do that again. We'll never see another rant from Kanye West again. Here it is, right here. G-Man. What's up, ball out?
With April 15th coming, doing your own taxes doesn't have to be intimidating. Meet H&R Block online. Just
realistically, can a major, if they cannot control you, they will ruin you, okay? They'll say you are on drugs or say you're having a mental break. Let me ask you guys a pretty basic question. How many times, realistically, can a major successful artist that is engaged in a fight for their freedom suddenly become insane, drug addicted, and then die relatively young? Okay, if you just had to put it within some odds, what would you say the odds are on that? Now, I want to be clear, I had never been down the Prince rabbit hole, and I'm not totally there yet. I'm just beginning. And I did not realize that you can quite literally draw a direct line from Prince to Michael Jackson, to Ye, and then now to Justin Bieber and the things that they have been saying and what they are trying to do. Now, I did not grow up in a Prince household beyond a couple of his major hits, namely Raspberry Beret and When Doves Cry. So when he died on April 21st of 2016, at the very young age of 57, I did not venture to look beyond the media headlines in terms of that story. I just registered the official story. The official story was that he died of a drug overdose, an accidental opioid overdose. This is from the New York Times. They said, quote, Prince was found dead in the elevator of his home in Chanhassen, Minnesota on April 25th, 2016 by Mr. Kirk Johnson and others after he ingested the fatal amount of fentanyl, which is off.
This ain't the one. I ain't watched this. I don't even know how that got on my history. But JB, this ain't the one. Hold up. The one I want to watch, she did on Michael Jackson. That's my motherfucking guy, man. What's the day? Oh, here you go. The truth. This is a hell of a motherfucking piece she put together right here.
They can lie, they can steal,
here you go.
They can deceive, but they can never create. Because these people do not have the creator force within them, because Michael Jackson was right when he said that these people are devilish. Man, oh man, growing up in a black household, I will tell you, Michael Jackson is just required viewing. It's funny because I was asking people today, the crew, I was like, hey, yeah, you guys remember that movie, the Michael Jackson movie growing up? What was it called? And they had never seen it. And I'm going, oh, what do you mean you've never seen it? I've seen it so many times. I probably should be able to give you the script of it verbatim. The movie was entitled The Jacksons and American dream. And as I said, this was required viewing in all black households. There's not a black person in America who did not see that movie. You also never forget the first time that you saw Michael Jackson moonwalk in your childhood. Watching the movie, watching him moonwalk. Maybe some of you guys were actually alive when he did it in 1983. That was when he premiered it upon a Motown stage, dancing to Billie Jean. Let's actually watch that clip. You can just imagine people were just thinking, what did we just watch? This man is walking backwards. He seems to be defying gravity. I mean, he was just such a tremendous talent. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about him, remind you guys really rather a little bit about him, because there, of course, was no person perhaps on earth that was more famous than Michael Jackson was as a Hollywood celebrity. Michael Joseph Jackson was born on August 29th, 1958. And as we all know, Michael and his brothers, Marlon, Jackie, Tito, and Jermaine, formed a band in 1962. And Michael was the lead singer in most of their songs. Their father was at first hesitant, but then he agreed to manage the band. And they became the Jackson 5, and they signed to Motown in 1968. Now, the band was an instant success, and they gained fans worldwide. Again, like I said, you can't even imagine the level of fame that Michael Jackson reached even when he was just a small boy. Women throwing themselves at him, the young women older women throwing himself at this young boy. And it transformed him, obviously. And Michael stood out amongst his brothers because of his voice and just his tremendous star quality. I mean, I'm going to let you listen to him sing a cappella. Take a listen.
The shit, man. They must have edited it out. They had to edit it out. The video I seen at first, they had the song playing. They must have edited it out. They must have copywritten.
That right there is just the creator force inside of somebody. And you can see why people were moved to follow him, to adore him. People really just loved Michael Jackson, and his singles quickly climbed up the charts. Eventually, as we all know, Michael Jackson decided to branch out of his band with his brothers, and he began pursuing a career as a solo artist, not sure how it was going to go, and it went very well. He especially hit it big in 1979 after signing with Epic Records. He released his album Off the Wall. The singles Don't Stop Till You Get Enough and Rock With You shot to #1, and they're still actually amongst the most popular songs. And he won his first Grammy ever in 1980 for Best R&B Male Vocal Performance. Now, then came the album that no person could ever forget. Michael Jackson dropped Thriller in 1982, man. I mean, how many times did you watch this music video growing up? Everyone who followed Michael Jackson, I just thought it was the most amazing thing. This is artwork. He was putting on a real show for people, and it was just incredible to watch. And I just remember dancing in front of my TV screen, just trying to mimic Michael Jackson's dance move. I think I did a pretty good job, but no one could ever dance like the King of Pop himself. Thriller was an instant classic, arguably one of Michael's most successful and beloved albums. Thriller went platinum for the 21st time, and the Guinness Book of World Records certified it as the best-selling album ever. It has sold 70 million copies to date. 70 million people. So Michael himself had been in the public eye performing for 30 years, and he was nothing but adored. I mean, from his relationship with Princess Diana, Michael was everywhere. And it was just agreed that there would never be a talent like Michael Jackson. But then something happened in 1993. Something very unusual given the fact that this was a man that was in the spotlight so much. It was in 1993 that the very first allegation came against him, made from a screenwriter in the industry. He was both a screenwriter and a dentist, named Dr. Evan Chandler. It was based in Los Angeles, and his accusation was that Jackson had sexually abused his 13-year-old son, Jordan. Horrific. Now, how this came about was that Jordan told his psychiatrist that Jackson had molested him, and then the LAPD began a criminal investigation. But the investigation actually found no physical evidence against Jackson, and it was closed. The case was closed less than 1 year later. Now, that that should have stopped the media from reporting on it. Michael Jackson wasn't guilty, but we know the media has never let facts get in the way of them having a good time. They broke the allegations worldwide, which led Michael Jackson to cancel the second leg of his Dangerous World Tour in August of that same year. He cited health issues, health problems that were stemming from the stress of the entire scandal. And do you want to know what actually added to the stress? This is actually horrific. His sister, LaToya Jackson, came right out and she said, yup, Michael Jackson is a pedophile. But then something weird happened. She didn't provide any evidence. She didn't even attach that statement to a story. And when people prodded her about that, why did you say your brother is a pedophile? She admitted that it was her husband who had forced her to make that statement. Now, it's very strange. Who is LaToya Jackson's husband? Well, here's a photo of her with him. I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. Like Dr. Evan Chandler, this man is Jewish. I'm going to tell you why that matters as we get more into the Michael Jackson story. Her husband is a Jewish Russian immigrant, it says. His name used to be Jack Leon Gordon, and he then changed his name, also changed where he said he was born. He claimed that Las Vegas was his birthplace until he changed his name in 1981 to Samuel Isaac Gordon. And then he changed his name again in 1983 to Clifford William Johnson.
It's like when you get a certain amount of money or a certain amount of power, like name changes come along with it.
Then he said he was born in Springfield, Massachusetts. Okay, this is all getting really weird. Why is this person changing his name so many times? And why is he pushing his wife to say that her brother is a pedophile? I mean, that's what Jackson said. The story is going to get even stranger and stranger.
Might be the key to success.
Making me think that we should maybe go back and re-examine his relationship, Michael Jackson's relationship, and with young Jordan and how these allegations came about. So let's do that. First and foremost, how did Michael Jackson meet little Jordan Chandler? It's actually kind of, the stars must have just aligned, literally the star being Michael Jackson. His car broke down on the side of the road. And he called the police. He was like, I'm Michael Jackson. Can you please come help me deal with this car? And they were like, no, actually, we can't help you deal with your car on the side of the road. And he made a bunch of phone calls. And then finally somebody was driving by and they were able to help him. And that someone was an owner.
What's the odds of that? He called the police. Police told him no. Michael Jackson told him no, man. And then his car just pull up. Know what that reminds me of? Remember I told y'all about when I caught a flat in the motherfucking, I told y'all this story recently, man. I got a car from somebody and I caught a motherfucking flat on 83. Taking my kids to school. I was living on Ramblewood over East Baltimore, and my kids went to school out Randallstown. Out Randallstown. I was taking my kids to school. I caught a flat on 83. Cars flying past, nobody stops. Typically, when you catch a flat in Baltimore, nobody ever's gonna stop and ask for no motherfucking ask you need any assistance. And this motherfucking State Farm tow truck pulls up out of nowhere, pulls straight over, helps him with the flat. I ain't think nothing of it right then and there until I got home, and I was sleeping because I think I was working night shift or some shit. I was working weekend. I was working weekends. I was doing work with people with disabilities and shit. A med tech. So I get a knock at the door. My stepdaughter come waking me up. Sean, the police at the door. I'm like, the fucking police at the door. Mind at this time, I ain't even hustling. I ain't selling nothing. All I'm doing is working. You feel me? And I go to the door and it's the fucking police. Like, but not like uniform officers. No, these niggas were detectives. You feel me? It was detectives. Talking about, did you catch a flat today? What the fuck is you talking about? I told y'all this story before. I'm half asleep though. Cause I thought I was asleep. I'm getting up. Like, what the fuck you mean did I catch a flat today? He like, yeah, the guy that helped you change the flat, I think he left his walkie-talkie in your car. I'm like, what? He like, yeah, I know it sounds crazy, man, but this $8,000 walkie-talkie. I'm like, what the fuck is these niggas talking about? Like I said, I'm still waking up. You feel me? So it went from that to, what's your name? How many people you live with? So now I'm woke. Yo, what the fuck did this got to do with a motherfucking walkie-talkie, bro? So they're like, well, you know, we just want you to check the car, make sure the walkie-talkie ain't in there. Mind you, I'm like, yo, the dude ain't getting to my car, yo. Like, what the fuck you talking about? A walkie-fucking-talkie? Like, how did you even get here? And I don't even think I asked him that. Like, yo, how the fuck did you get here, yo? I caught a flat on 83. I'm living on Ramblewood, which is probably 20 minutes from 83. 15 minutes without traffic. 10 minutes without traffic. 15 to 20 minutes with traffic. How the fuck did you get to my house, yo? I ain't never asked him that. But, yeah, I don't know, yo. Yeah, I don't know. So I ended up searching the car. Of course, wasn't nothing there. And they ended up leaving. But I said that to say, that's odd. Yeah, I ain't never tell that story. Man, fuck yeah, man. These motherfuckers came to my house talking about a walkie-talkie for $8,000. As I'm thinking about it later, I'm like, yo, if the walkie-talkie was $8,000, that bitch should have a GPS on it. You should know it's not. The dude never got in my car. I think they had a tracker on the car based off who I got the car from. I think they had a tracker on the car, and they seen the car moving, and they wanted to know who the fuck had this car. Cause that's the only thing that makes sense as to why they got to my house. The car had to be being tracked for them to get to my house, because there was no other way. You feel me? But so Michael Jackson calls the police. I think it was already on there. What I actually think happened was my next door neighbors probably seen them fucking with the car, and they probably like, oh shit, we gotta do something. That's when they decided to knock on the door and hit me with this bogus ass story about a walkie-talkie and shit. I think they was removing it. I think they was removing the tracker. But I said that to say, the fact that Michael Jackson called the police, and the police told him they couldn't help him, and then this car pull up, and listen to this what happened with this car, with this family that he wound up dealing with out the blue. Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro. That was a wild situation.
Of Rent-A-Wreck. His name was David Schwartz.
Look, he's the owner of
David
Rent-A-Wreck.
Schwartz then gets Michael Jackson. And he called the police. He was like, I'm Michael Jackson. Can you please come help me deal with this car? And they were like, no, actually, we can't help you deal with your car on the side of the road. And he made a bunch of phone calls. And then finally somebody was driving by and they were able to help him. And that someone was...
Yo, I do think they gave me the flat tire, bro. It's crazy you said that. I do think they gave me the flat tire, bro. And that's the crazy thing about it. I was on the highway with my fucking kids and caught a flat, bro. I could have fucking gotten an accident. I legitimately believe that they gave me the flat tire. I do. I don't know what they did. I don't know what they did. They got their little tricks. Because wasn't nothing wrong with the tires. The tires was good. The bitch like it exploded on me, like it was dry riding or something. Yo, the tow truck came by. Have you ever even seen the State Farm tow truck? The bitch looked like it was never drove. The bitch was brown. I never even seen the State Farm tow truck. The bitch popped up out of nowhere. And look, when the dude pulls up, I'm happy as a bitch he here. I'm trying to make him laugh. I'm joking. It's a black dude. I'm trying to make him laugh. I'm joking with him. Stone faced the whole time. Now, at this time, I wasn't as car savvy as I am now. So I couldn't find a spare. And I didn't even know how to even get the spare down. Yo, come straight up, pop the trunk, find the shit for the spare, twist the bitch down, put the tire on. I told the nigga, thank you. He ain't even like, yo, the whole vibe of the situation was off. But I didn't start thinking about that shit until after the police came to my house. And, I'm playing the whole shit back. Like, yo, what the fuck was that? But yeah, I do think they flattened my tire, yo. They did something to my tire where that bitch should go flat so they could stop me. That's what I think. They wanted the bitch to go flat so they could stop me, see who was in the car, track the car, I think yeah. I think it was a lot of bullshit involved in that. For real.
Was an owner of Rent-A-Wreck. His name was David Schwartz. David Schwartz then gets Michael Jackson, tows the king of pop. Could you imagine this? Back to his shop and obviously calls his wife.
The shit caught flat. Like I drove, like I said, I drove 15 minutes. The bitch like it exploded, bro. Like I drove 15 minutes before the motherfucker. I don't know what they did, but I do think they flattened the tire, yo. And that's fucked up, yo, because I was on the highway and I had my kids in the car. Like, what if I'd have swerved out of control and like, you know, I don't know. That shit was wild. That was like 2017 they did that.
Her name is June Chandler Schwartz, and he's like literally the most famous person in the world is standing in our shop. You might want to get down here real quick. And guess what? June got down there real quick, and she brought her young son, Jordan, with her. And then the relationship was born. Michael Jackson, as so many fans were surrounding him at this rec place, he began speaking to the little boy because he, I guess, felt uncomfortable about all the press. They had a conversation, and he felt
when I called the dude, the person I got the car from, I told them about it. They like, yeah, that don't sound right. No, that was different.
The family was just so kind to him that they became really close friends. He traveled around with Jordan. He brought Jordan's mother with him, took them everywhere, hosted sleepovers with Jordan, along with other young boys. Obviously, we all know about his Neverland Ranch. And our understanding of that up until this point was just that Michael Jackson always felt that he didn't have a childhood. And so he always felt badly for children and wanted them to have an experience, have a real childhood, and created a ranch to make that a plausibility. Like he wanted to create Disney World forever for children.
The April 15th tax deadline is coming fast. You can skip the line.
Yeah, all that sounds like a play, y'all. They probably fucked this car. That's why I told that story, because I think that's what they did to me on a smaller level. They probably fucked this car. I think based off of what I went through, I could see this being a tactic. Now, the average person to look at it like, oh, it just happened by chance. No, man, I think that was a tactic. They probably fucked Michael Jackson's car up. He pulled over. He called the police. They had connections in the police. See, people don't think shit be getting that deep, yo, but it does. You feel me? It gets deeper than that, for real. Told the police that Michael Jackson car, tell you can't, there's nothing you can do, and you can't help him.
Things got kind of strange. I just had to look into the story. You're going, okay, so they were friends. The media loved it. They referred to them as Michael Jackson's adopted family. They loved the background story. And then apparently this kid's dad, Jordan Chandler, and to be clear, the person who picked Michael Jackson up and took care of his car was Jordan Chandler's stepfather. But his real father started going, I actually don't like his relationship with Michael Jackson. And that's interesting because then you find out that despite the fact that his real father, Dr. Evan Chandler, made these allegations against Michael Jackson, despite the fact that you learn that it was him that did this, Jordan Chandler, just a year later, decided to emancipate from both of his parents. So you're following me. He's 13 years old. His biological father makes allegations at the age of 13 against Michael Jackson, the king of pop. And a year later, Jordan Chandler moves to emancipate from both of his parents. In case you're not aware of what emancipation is, it's essentially you go to the court and you can say a variety of things. You show them that you have some way to make money and you say, I do not want to be the child of either of these parents. Literally emancipate me before I turn 18. And the judge grants that if they believe that there's enough evidence that you should be emancipated. He did this. Jordan Chandler did this. And it makes you wonder, like, how could you do this to your dad? I mean, like, your poor old man, it must have been a really tough decision for Dr. Evan Chandler to stand up to the king of pop and all his power and all his fandom and to say, hey, he molested my child and it wasn't on my watch. My wife is remarried. He shouldn't have even been having sleepovers. You would think that Jordan would adore his father for having done this. And then you find out that when he turned 16, he filed a restraining order against his dad because his dad tried to beat him with a weight. What's really going on? Well, certainly, again, like I said, at least it was courageous that his dad made these allegations against Michael Jackson, because this is sickening, it is disgusting, and it's not like his dad drugged him into making this sort of an allegation. Oh my gosh, actually, he did. His father, Dr. Evan Chandler, did in fact drug his child into making the allegation about Michael Jackson. I'm going to read you directly from an article about what Dr. Evan Chandler did. It reads, on August 2nd, 1993, dentist Dr. Evan Chandler was extracting a tooth from his own son, Jordan, when he did something unusual. Under the supervision of an attending anesthesiologist, Dr. Chandler injected his son with a dose of sodium amytal, a barbiturate. Although in pop culture it has sometimes incorrectly been called a truth serum, it is not normal to use sodium amytal to pull a tooth. In fact, it is a psychological drug with sedative and hypnotic effects. Oh, totally normal situation to drug your child, to sedate him with a drug that produces hypnotic effects, and then to ask him, did Michael Jackson molest you? To which your drugged and sedated son says yes. That is the actual story about how this allegation came about.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
And once his son said yes, and he reported that, Evan Chandler then demanded $20 million privately from Michael Jackson. He didn't go to the cops. He went to a lawyer. He said, I won't make this public if you give me $20 million. If you don't give me $20 million, I'm going to make it public. And Michael Jackson told him to kick rocks, allegedly. And then he had his lawyer go back and say, okay, what about if it's just $1 million? And by the way, at this point, it says that his lawyer was like, hey, man, but like, you know, if your son was molested, maybe go to the cops, right? Like, don't just have me negotiating with the king of pop. Like, you should go to the cops. And he's like, you just keep negotiating. Unbelievably. And during this time, he took his son to a psychiatrist. We love psychiatrists on this show. And he made his son describe graphic details of what Jackson had done to him, but didn't do to any of the other boys who were also present for the sleepovers. You know, Jordan's mother at this point, June Schwartz, she and her new husband thought, you know, I think maybe he could be telling some lies. My ex-husband, maybe he's not that honest of a person. And so Jordan's stepdad, a man named Dave Schwartz, decided to confront him, to confront Dr. Evan Chandler. And not just to confront him, but to record him speaking about what he was going to do to Michael Jackson and co. Take a listen to Dr. Evan Chandler, the dentist, in his own words.
This man is going to be humiliated beyond belief. And I will not believe it. He will not believe what's going to happen. And beyond his worst nightmares. One more record. This attorney I found, I mean, I interviewed several, and I picked the nastiest son of a bitch I could find. Once I make that phone call, this guy is just going to destroy everybody in sight. Any devious, nasty, cruel way that he can do it. And I've given him full authority to do that. It'll be a massacre. I don't get what I want. If I go through with this, I win big time. I will get everything I want, and they will be destroyed forever. They will be destroyed. Right. June is going to lose Jordy. She will have no right to ever see him again. Yeah. That's a fact, Dave. That's what's going to happen. Does that help? Michael's career will be over. Does that help Jordy? Michael's career will be over. And does that help Jordy? It's irrelevant to me.
Damn.
Oh.
Yo. This man set out to destroy. He said his career will be over. The stepfather said, does that help Jordan? He said, yo, that's irrelevant to me. But remember how all of this played out. This is by design, man.
Whether or not this helps his son is irrelevant to him. That man sounds like he is on a warpath. I mean, does that count as MK Ultraing your son? I don't know. It's interesting, and it sounds like he doesn't care. His son is irrelevant to him. Maybe that's why he wanted to emancipate away from his crazy dad. And if you want an even crazier update, Evan Chandler,
I heard they ain't like that
initial allegation.
I heard they ain't like that Black or White song back in the day. I heard they ain't like that song.
No longer with us because he was suicided. He committed suicide in November of 2009, just 5 months after Michael Jackson was overdosed. Yeah. Evan Chandler shot himself in the head. There were absolutely no witnesses. There was no note. And he was found by his building concierge. That's just a fun little update for you. But back to Michael Jackson, because even though, like I said, that never went through, they dropped this case in less than a year. The media kind of saw that there was this squeeze on Michael Jackson, but then they let it go. There were no more allegations against Michael Jackson until almost 10 years later, when suddenly there was an explosion of allegations against Michael Jackson. And I want you to remember that year, 2003, is when it began. It began when a boy named Gavin Arvizo accused Michael Jackson of child abuse, saying that he was under 14 at the time of the alleged crime. The singer was then charged because of this allegation with 7 counts of child sexual abuse and 2 counts of administering an intoxicating agent.
So the crazy thing about it, they ran this play on Michael Jackson. But most people don't believe this shit. Like, I don't believe Michael Jackson was molesting no motherfucking kids, man. I don't.
Remember from that time? What do you remember from that time? Well, we remember that Michael Jackson was wacko jacko, that he was crazy, that he was addicted to drugs, whatever his doctor was injecting him with. Here are just some of the headlines: wacko jacko, backo jacko, sex raid, wacko jacko, jacko on the attacko. I mean, this is like seared into my memory. I'm sure it's seared into your memory as well.
They're killing you.
This is what I remember. And I also remember.
See, but this the part that people gotta understand. Remember that video I did on hip hop in prison, and how these people own multiple entities, but you'll never know that. So it'll look like it's an onslaught of allegations being printed out on them, but it's really being ran by one person that just got. They might own Entertainment News or News Weekly or what the fuck is that shit she just was reading? The New York Times, the New York Post. They might own every single one of them bitches. You feel me? Like, that's how they be doing people, man. And they might own a few radio stations.
He was anti-Semitic. Yeah, there were headlines calling him an anti-Semite, saying that he hated Jews. And by the way, they had evidence because, so weird, but his doctor who overdosed him also recorded Michael Jackson while he was also clearly sounding like he was high on drugs. Maybe this doctor gave him drugs and then spoke to him. And somehow this recording this conversation between him and the doctor made its way out into the public. And yeah, it's a fact. In the conversation with his doctor, he referred to Jews as leeches, said that they were trying to take everything from him.
That's how I go.
And then he was labeled worldwide as, like I said, not just crazy, but also an anti-Semite. And that is just not what you want to be called in the press. It was then revealed that Michael Jackson kept an enemy list on which he had Tommy Mottola, along with, I'm not kidding you guys, Rabbi Shmuley. Yes, that Rabbi Shmuley. He had him on this list, and Rabbi Shmuley then, after Michael Jackson died, then released recordings of him that he said Michael Jackson definitely wanted him to do, even though he was on this list for Michael Jackson. Also, illusionist Uri Geller, attorney Gloria Allred, the one that we associate with all the Me Too cases that have been taking down a lot of men. He also listed the DA, Tom Sneddon, and Janet Arvizo, the mother of that accuser, Gavin Arvizo. By the way, when you have spare time, you should look up Janet Arvizo. You should look up how many celebrities, I mean, I'm talking everybody from Jay Leno to Chris Tucker, who have spoken out about that family.
Yo, I keep telling y'all, they have people that they use for this type of shit. Might be families. You know what I mean? Their role, their job is to attack when given a word. That's what Gloria Allred do, man. That's what Tony Busby does. It's a lot of them out here, man. A lot of them out here.
And have accused them, many people, of intentionally being fraudulent. I'm just giving you the facts. You can look that up in your spare time. But this was his list. He had a list of Jews who he said were trying to ruin his life. But we don't really remember that part. We don't remember even that Michael Jackson, despite all of those media headlines, and being accused of being a pedophile, he actually won his case. Yeah, despite 10 years of investigation, no proof was ever actually produced. Michael Jackson was acquitted on all counts on June 13th, 2005. But of course, despite the fact that a jury acquitted him, despite the fact that the pop star had been vindicated in a courtroom, we know that's all about the media. It's all about what the media writes. The media tells you what a person is, irrespective of whether or not they have any evidence of whether the person is, in fact, what they say he is. That's the power of the mainstream media. Michael Jackson himself insisted that he actually was the victim of mother and son con artists, plus a prosecutor who had a vendetta. But a vendetta about what? Michael Jackson went to war with some very powerful people. And I don't know why, but I guess in his will, he wanted to leave everything to those very powerful people. He went after Tommy Mottola, very powerful person in the industry who has connections.
Remember, the family fucking sold his stake in Sony to Sony. They probably bullied him. Like, he was fighting hard to keep that shit, man. And they ended up getting it any motherfucking way.
According to Vanity Fair, to the mafia, right? So we're talking about some people that could do some real harm. When you read that article, I advise you do, called it's entitled Tommy Boy, to learn about his history. And really, Michael Jackson was outwardly talking even about the things that Mottola had done to Mariah Carey. He referred to Tommy Mottola as the devil. Like I said, he's not the kind of person that you want to go to war with. And not only that, Michael Jackson had the courage to call out how record companies cheat their artists. He wanted to stand up for these small guys and say, we cannot allow these sorts of things to go on anymore. Take a listen.
Record companies really do conspire against their artists.
They don't even realize he's standing next to a fucking sellout. This shit's sad, yo, when you look back. He think this man is on his side. Whole time, he probably selling them out. Just like he sold out Dr. King and everybody else. No. This Al Sharpton. He worked with the Feds, so we already know it. I mean, yeah, he's a sellout. We know that. He was a Fed agent. So Michael Jackson trying to do something honorable. But look, he got a Fed agent with him. He don't even know. Dirty motherfuckers, boy. I try to tell you.
Cheat, they do whatever they can, especially the black artists. Sony, Tommy Mottola. Tommy Mottola is the president of the record division. He is a mean, he's a racist, and he's very devilish.
Yeah. After that interview, Al Sharpton probably went straight to Tom. He's like, man, we gotta get him out of here. Tom, I didn't know he was gonna say that. He gotta go. I can see Al Sharpton doing that shit. Sell out ass nigga.
Clip was from 2002. His declaration of war on the industry of people who he was alleging was intentionally stealing and selling artists short, and who he no longer wanted to work with because he wanted to be a free agent. He wanted nothing to do with these people. He was fighting this war privately, and he was winning. At least he was winning it in the courtroom. But as I said, the courtroom doesn't dictate wins, does it? In that measure, everything that he was doing was really all in vain, because he is now remembered as Wacko Jacko, a title that was created for him in the mainstream media that really hurt him. In fact, he sat down with Barbara Walters and spoke about how much that name hurt him. Take a listen.
You should not say he's an animal. You should not say he's Jacko. I'm not a Jacko. I'm Jackson. I have a heart and I have feelings. I feel that when you do that to me. It's not nice.
After the trial, Michael Jackson stepped away from the spotlight, and then it was reported, because having fought all of these lawsuits, that he was on the brink of bankruptcy. I want you to think about that. I want you to think of a person who once sold 70 million records, made Sony extremely rich. That at the end of his life, he was on the verge of bankruptcy and had faced closure on his Neverland ranch.
Sony was going down. That's how he became motherfucking partners with Sony. Then they fucking sneaked him. Shit crazy, man.
And he never did, by the way, return back to Neverland. In 2009, he announced that he was going to put together some comeback concerts, and there were rumors about his financial situation, but the concerts never came to pass because, well, we know Michael Jackson unfortunately died of an overdose that was administered to him by a doctor. No one was there other than, the guy that you're supposed to call if they get into trouble with Diddy. We've spoken about that in a past episode. Fahim Muhammad and
stars of that. You popped up in Diddy case. The same doctor that was in not Conrad Murray, but the other one.
About his financial situation, but the concerts never came to pass because, well, we know Michael Jackson unfortunately died of an overdose that was administered to him by a doctor. No one was there other than, the guy that you're supposed to call if they get into trouble with Diddy. We've spoken about that in a past episode. Fahim Muhammad and, of course, Dr. Conrad Murray, who basically got a slap on the wrist. A doctor from the Virgin Islands who got a slap on the wrist for leaking phone calls. And I don't even believe, and you can fact check me on this one, that he's even had his medical license removed. I think he's still practicing back in the Virgin Islands. Again, I'm pretty sure that's the last thing that I've read on it. So that is the story of Michael Jackson. His death was ruled a homicide, and in 2011, Conrad Murray was found guilty. He was allowed a cell phone in the slammer while he was in there. Really strange. And then, like I said, he was released back into normal life as if nothing had happened. So what do we say to that? Well, it's interesting because what happened to Michael Jackson could never happen today, right? Back when all this was going on in the early 2000s, the media ran things. They completely controlled our minds. I, too, was warped to believe that Michael Jackson was a pedophile, and not that Michael Jackson had picked a fight with some very powerful people who have a leg in the media, who can make things appear and make things go away with a snap of their fingers. And since then, there have been a lot of artists who have tried to speak out about this type of mafia behavior, where if people don't get what they want, they will take everything from you and ruin you. To turn the king of pop to leave him desolate and broke at the end of his career is a crime. But here's the thing that I will say. They can lie, they can steal, they can deceive, but they can never create. Because these people do not have the creator force within them, because Michael Jackson was right when he said that these people are devilish. All they can ever do is try to dissuade the masses via lies, and to go to sleep every night knowing that you are a liar, that you have no creative force within you, that you will always have to steal from people who actually do have talent. You will always have to lie about people who actually do have that creative force. That's a sad eventual ending for those individuals as well. And so Michael Jackson, they may have taken your money, they may have for a short term impacted your reputation, but there are so many of us in the world who now recognize the truth of what happened to you, and we have platforms and we have voices too, and we will continue to hold a candle for the king of pop.
They gave that man white kids, man. That was fucked up. That was a slap in the face. That man kids is fucking white. They refused to allow some black kids to accumulate that wealth. Shit is crazy. Alright, y'all, but Dawgface. Hate to have to do this to Dawgface, because Dawgface found my channel. But yeah, we gotta call it like it is. I called him out the other day, because I think, once you blogging, you start speaking on unsolved crimes and talking about shit that's happening in the streets that's not necessarily public, I just assume you're working with the federal government. You feel me? So who was on that live the other day when I was talking about they got these guys in every city where hip-hop is prevalent? It seemed like the feds or local law enforcement got their blogger that's working with the government, that's working against the rappers to send them to jail. I mentioned Dawgface. I mentioned Wack 100. I mentioned DJ Academics. I mentioned Adam. I mentioned Vlad. I mentioned Trap Lil Ross. I mentioned On the Couch TV, DJU, they do the same shit. Trenches News, CEDDY Nash, King of Gate 47. It's like, no matter where you go, they got these guys, yo, and their job is to basically send niggas to jail. You feel me? Like, that's what they do. So, I mentioned Dawgface when I mentioned Detroit. So, if you're not familiar with Dawgface, here you go. I said he was,
or launching the campaign.
I said he's working with the government. Now, what you're gonna find out is Dawgface is actually a rat. Now, I didn't know this because I didn't see paperwork. I'm just judging it by how he moved. Yo, this is not normal behavior, yo. This is not normal behavior from a black man that's supposed to be from the streets to be getting on the internet and speaking on crimes. That's not normal, yo. Now, I know some of these people are just clout chasing because it's a financial incentive behind it. But I think the bulk of these guys are working with law enforcement. And if you dig into their history, like CEDDY Nash, he called the police. 1090 Jake, motherfucking, got the whole Florida Department of Corrections arrested. Whack 100 got Big U booked. DJ Academics got Dirk booked or played the role in Dirk getting booked. It's not normal, man. And like I said, when you go through their history, all these people have strange cases. Whatever happened with DJ Academic's case, that assault case he had. And I'm not saying he did anything in that case because he didn't. But the fact that that case just disappeared and we ain't heard nothing else about it is strange. Because his homeboys participated. And what happened to that girl in his motherfucking house that day?
YouTube, that is not the same.
Real life.
Man, CPVA, man.
It ain't real life.
Vito the Viper, what it do?
Real life street stars. You know what time it is. What is one of the things that you've seen online where you feel like, A, they did get you right, and B, they did not?
Man, I don't even know, because I'm gonna tell you something. The honest truth is, I don't be caring. That's Ebonics. I don't be
Charleston White.
What people say and think about me.
I
You
think
know why?
I think all of these guys are employed by the same agency. That's why they moving around on all these platforms. I think they all employed. It might be like 3 agencies that's hiring these dudes. And it's like, you gotta be like, they don't want real people to have a voice. They don't want that. They need these type of guys, guys that they can, run information through. Basically sellouts. They need them. So while these blog pages steady interviewing people like him, guys like me and others that really got something to say, ain't gonna get a shot. Cause they trying to ice out. They want to ice us out. They want to make it as though it's cool to do this. No, this is promoted. In order to get on, you gotta snitch on niggas. In order to get booked on multiple platforms, you have to be telling on niggas, man. It's disgusting. Because I think it's orchestrated. And it is not orchestrated by us. Now, some people is participating in the play, and some people is just chasing views, not knowing that they participating in the play.
People say negative about Jesus. People say negative about Muhammad. People have said negative about Confucius. People have said negative about Martin Luther King. People have said negative about Malcolm X. People have said that's what niggas do. Niggas specialize on trying to isolate the most negative aspects of people and situations, and they harp on that.
Is that what niggas do? I don't think that's what niggas do. I don't think niggas is the ones that sell out niggas. But I don't think niggas is the ones that what you wanna call it? Exploiting our culture. It ain't niggas that's doing it. It's you niggas that's working, for some other niggas. You feel me? That's what's really going on.
They harp on that. So to answer, I want to answer your question, but motherfuckers pretty much got this shit right. I'm gonna spank their ass. You know what I'm saying? And if they have it wrong, I don't give a fuck.
Now he presents himself like a gangster. He was one of the main people that was going in on Big Meech for his talent acquisitions. But you find out that this nigga told too. Not too long ago either. Less than 10 years ago. Snitched on a nigga.
It wrong doesn't stop anything that I'm doing.
Now I gotta touch on this. Again, I feel like you was getting jumped
And
by
that
all the
chain
Detroit
fake,
rappers.
too.
Oh,
I feel like they was trying their best to troll you.
Oh,
It
that's
seemed
just
like Peasy jumped out the window on you. 42 Doug jumped out the window. And it seemed like a back and forth online, man. How did this even happen? Because from what I've seen, you were supporting these guys.
I was,
especially early on when you first came on the platform. You was ripping super hard for him, Iceworth, Ezzo, 42 Doug, like, you know, you Detroit through and through. So
now the interviewer is helping them shape a narrative. That's to make me think they part of the play too. See, real life street stars got on from Charleston White. I don't trust no platform that was created by Charleston White. Now they've been around, but that's how they got their jump into relevance. Charleston White.
So what happened with the divide? How did this happen?
The funny thing about it is that, so over the course of my career inside the entertainment business, for all the bragging and shit talking that I do, I never really talk about the things I've done behind the scenes to help enhance or to help grow this generation of Detroit's hip hop artists.
Right.
Not them old ass niggas who never made it. I'm talking about this generation. I've worked tirelessly and I've worked diligently to help kind of like expand the brand. Wherever I go, I take them with me. They don't know that because they don't understand it or they don't realize it because I never really talk about it. Amongst the people who I deal with on a regular basis, they know what I've done. All right, but I don't spend time bragging about. I brag about jewelry or cars or clothes or like that. I'm too busy doing work to brag about doing the work. And so when it comes to like the P's, I ain't do shit to them ass niggas. Them niggas. Let me start with Doug first.
Yeah.
So most people, well, a lot of people know about me on a national scale because they saw me, heard me defending Doug when Whack 100 tried to destroy his overall character by talking about what happened with him and Offset at QC Compound about 4-5 years ago.
And him and Whack 100 is playing like they into it with each other. Just like Whack 100 Charleston White plays like they into it with each other. I think all of these guys are connected. I do. Through a number of agencies. I think they all connected.
People saw me going back and forth with Whack about that, defending Doug. But it was more than just me defending Doug per se. It was about me understanding how YouTube works and me understanding that people like Whack, long before the average in Detroit realized, they still don't really get it. But people think they compare YouTube with social media. YouTube and social media are entirely different animals. They're not the same. People think they can attack you on social media and that's just as effective as attacking somebody or launching a campaign against somebody on YouTube. That is not the same. YouTube is a place where careers and images and characters can be built and destroyed, right? It's a genuine marketplace for ideas, right? So when it comes to him, people saw me defending him, and I wasn't just defending him, I was defending Detroit because I know what Doug represents to the city of Detroit. I know that we don't have that many stars. Detroit is not like Atlanta or New York or even the LA.
I don't know, bro. Y'all now that's where I'm gonna disagree. I have a lot of stars, bro. Eminem, D12, Royce the 5'9".
That's different generation though.
Oh, okay.
We talking about.
So y'all don't even count that.
Nah, I mean we
still count Erykah Badu.
Yeah, of course, because Erykah Badu was legendary. Right. You know what I'm saying? So she's a world shaker. So when I say that, so there's different genres even in hip hop, right? Right. There's different genres inside of hip hop, even in the city of Detroit. You have your Eminems and your Big Seans and your Dave Loafs, and
I'm playing this because I want y'all to see how he talks. Like, he talk cold cash shit. Like he a big Doug for real.
He paved the pathway, right? And then you have people before them who kind of laid the foundation down for them. And so with each level or with each step, it's like the generation after them kind of like stood on the backs of the generation before them, right? And so when it comes to the street element,
I appreciate it, Sean.
From the success of T Grizzly, right? That really opened up the actual door for the rappers who represent the streets to really be able to tell their stories on a national and on world levels. Because before that, like Eminem is not a T Grizzly. Eminem is not a Babyface Ray. Eminem is not a Peasy. Eminem is not it's a whole different level of MCing. It's a whole different mind state that goes into that. So when it comes to this generation, I think that the comparison to what's going on with the New Dallas situation, right? Right. New Dallas, you have legendary artists from Texas and from Dallas even, right? In the Fort Worth area, right? But these New Dallas guys are taking it to a whole different level, right? Right. The New Dallas cats are making the world bow down and making the world appreciate what Dallas has been about the entire time. About and narrate what life is about in the city of Detroit from a street perspective. That's what you're seeing right now with the artists you just named. So as far as them trying to double team me, well, I got broad shoulders. They're gonna take a lot more than them ass niggas to get off on me. They don't have the pedigree. They have the popularity, but popularity doesn't equate pedigree. You can be popular as a but be a nigga. Yeah. Right? We see that every day. Right? Them motherfuckers can't fuck with me because everything
these guys are put in place to trick these niggas off the streets. That's what they're doing. They're trying, he is trying to trick 42 Doug, Peasy, and all the rest of the guys he's talking about. He's trying to trick these niggas off the streets, man. Like Charleston White. I just watched a video where Charleston White was talking about, what the fuck, who was he talking about? Tricking somebody off the streets. Was it the baby? I think it was the baby, man. Just like Whack 100. That's their role, man. Their role is antagonized to the point somebody react, and next thing you know, you're going down by the fucking feds.
You throw at me, you've watched them throw at me. I've been called everything from gay to a coward to a snitch to all that kind of shit. Ain't none of that shit gonna stand because none of that shit have no weight. They don't carry no validity. And on top of that, I spank them niggas, and I've been spanking niggas for years.
But do you buy that? You know how like that says a lot of times like internal business should stay internal. Like if we're fighting, the outside world should know about it. Now, how do you feel about that?
That's the whole concept of Detroit versus everybody. Right. That's what I said. But you
didn't see that
when it came to me. Like you just said, you saw me. We actually are friends. We are in communication. The entire state.
I'm glad he said that. He said none of those things will stick. Hold on. Because it's a video I watched when they was asking him about the internet. And he said his stance on the internet has changed. You know, because he asked them how, it got to be this video because I ain't watched too many of them. That's the one we just watched. He asked him, how do you navigate between being a blogger and being a snitch? Gotta be this one. So I don't really watch this page too often.
Like street store. Oh, know what time it is.
Listen, if you want to get low ratings, all you gotta do is interview a rapper. Half of them dumb as a box of rocks. They don't know how to communicate.
Look,
they can't string.
They're all pushing the same line on rappers. Like, yo, that's how you know something ain't right. All their messages are the same. 1090 Jake, him, Whack 100, DJ Academics. They all pushing the same line on rappers, man. Why they? It's like they the hip hop. They the new hip hop police.
Together coherent sentences if I pay them to. They sitting up. They sitting up looking stupid as a. They ain't gonna tell the truth. It's gonna be the most boring shit in the world. The reason why Boosie is so popular is because Boosie will pop. The average motherfucker won't pop and don't give a fuck about the consequences. That's why.
Man, let's get to that, bro. Because I don't know if we discussed this last time about when Boosie said you can't go to PC as a real street.
Right.
Is that facts?
That is absolute fact.
Okay, break that down. Because I think it was him and Kodak Black were going back and forth.
Yes.
And he said he said once you go to PC, we don't respect you.
We don't.
Okay, break it down, the mentality.
So listen. So PC, it has many names, right? So PC stands for protective custody. And protective custody is what you seek when you are locked up, either in county jails or in prison, right? Protective custody is where you go when you need protection. It's like A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. It's where you go when they isolate you from the regular population. Right? And they put you in a situation where you have the sissies, the rats, and the other undesirables. So you're housed in a section, in a unit, right? Or on the wing with all the undesirable who are afraid to be out amongst the men. Right? Amongst the men who when you're in prison, it is what it is, man. You in there with some of the most violent, some of the most aggressive, some of the stupidest on the face of the earth. I'm not saying that prison is a place that it's not where you find the best of black people or the best of any people. You're gonna find the worst of the worst in that motherfuckers who come from every situation you can possibly imagine, right? When you go, listen, if you have raised your hand and you have pledged allegiance to the code of the streets, once you go to prison, if you cannot seek protective custody for no reason, you got to stand up and stand on whatever happened.
Even if you get stabbed up.
You ain't on. They ain't stopped making one knife when they made the one he got. When I had knife, I ain't the only nigga who had no motherfucking knife, or no razor, or no lock. And nigga, you better do something. They gonna give you a lock for free. You take that goddamn lock and you can rip a sheet and rip a little string and you put lock the lock, the little combination lock, shorten that up and listen. I done seen try to stab niggas. Stabbing really works when you catch a motherfucker off guard when they don't see you coming.
Right.
You try to stab me.
Listen
but
to
if
him.
I see you coming, you're not gonna stab me in no critical area. Because you really, listen, bro, when you get stabbed, when a motherfucker trying to stab you, when a motherfucker run up on you, right? The element, if he catch you not looking, then he got you, right? But when
And
you
can
see
tell
it coming,
he's a bluffing ass. This is not a gangster, man. Like, yo, this image that he's portraying, it's obvious that this is not who he really is. It's obvious. When you got fake jewelry on, red flag. Yo, I'm from Baltimore, y'all. You wear fake jewelry, we assume you just a fake person off the rip. You know what I mean? Off the visual. You wearing fake jewelry, you are a fake person. Like, that's just how my thing is, what you lying for? What you lying for? Is it that serious that you got to put on fake jewelry to fit in, or put on fake jewelry to be accepted, or put on fake jewelry to present an image? Why? You can't just be yourself? You don't think you're garner that same level of attention, that same level of respect, just plain Jane? Then that's an issue, y'all. That means you flawed.
you're not letting them niggas stab you, even in real life. You're not finna stab me. I'm gonna throw my arm up. You might hit me in the arm. You might hit me in the arm or the shoulder or somewhere, in the chest or something, but you're not finna hit me in nothing vital. And listen, this is what niggas don't know. When motherfuckers trying to stab a motherfucker, bro, when a nigga run up on and try to stab, the guy who trying to stab you, he's really at a disadvantage unless he catch you when you ain't on point, right? When he sneak you. If I see you coming, you got one hand. You don't want to drop that knife. If you drop that knife, your ass out. Your ass is out. So a motherfucker without the knife really has an advantage because the guy with the knife, you got one hand to I got this for you. That's what push-ups is for. That's what squats is for. That's what lunges is for. I'm gonna grab you. You can stab me in my arm because I got all here on stab mark. They trying to hit me in the arm. I'm gonna grab your ass and I'm banging your ass and I'm gonna grab you and hold you so you can't get the stab off. And I'm biting. I'm gonna bite your bit ears off. I'm biting your ass. See, what the f you think? Everything on you was a weapon when you were in prison.
So biting is cool. That's not a fight.
I'll bite a plug out your ass, boy. I'll bite your esophagus. I'll bite you. What are you talking about? We on physical, moral, we on combat time.
So is there anything off limits in the fight?
Hell no. If it's life or death, I'll grab a dick and rip that off. I'll grab a dick. Nigga, if I'm in the cell and we banging in that and knives and blades out, I'll grab your dick. I'll grab your dick and balls and rip them off you. I'll squeak my get into I will grab your dick and snatch that.
All right, he's taking it too far. I was looking for the part where he basically admitted that he'd be a rat online. I don't know if this is that interview or not. All right, so y'all see how he talks. That was the whole point of me showing him. So Peasy and them was on live the other day discussing this paperwork situation.
Man. And right now, listen, you got everybody on Instagram, man. Peasy just dropped.
This one. Dinky.
What you mean? It's right here.
Go ahead, flip the camera and break.
I got the bomb right here. This shit in hand.
Man, that nigga.
This the nigga we told on right here, Quinn Moore. Turns down. This
We
the
gotta
nigga
say
we
Quinn
told
Moore.
on.
Hey, yeah.
Quinn Moore.
Quinn Moore, we gotta give him
Right.
some money, man.
Okay, boom. This Quinn Moore, right?
That bitch ass, I hate
He
that
got
nigga.
Quinn Moore 10 years in prison, man.
Nigga talking.
These
Nigga,
real
fuck is
documents,
you,
my
nigga.
nigga. We went to the courthouse and got this shit, bro. This ain't no cap shit. The document numbers, everything right here. He got the man 10 years in prison, man. Look at this shit, dog.
So listen to this bluffing ass shit he did. He got in the I can't even say it was a shootout. He got in the beef with a guy over a female. Gunshots got the firing. And y'all, he was shooting an airsoft pistol. What the fuck are you doing, bro? An airsoft pistol, y'all. And he brags about it. Like I was shooting back. Nigga, that's gangster. Hold up, man. Let's get to the nitty-gritty of this shit, man. Hold up. Okay, I gotta speed up. It's getting late. I said I was gonna come into work tomorrow because I missed Monday. Hold on. All right. My man, Han Rodo podcast sent it to me. Let me see what the fuck this shit is. No, not that. So it's the paperwork. Is this the one? That ain't the one. So they go through the paperwork right here. This the guy that Dawgface sent to prison. Shorty caught 10 years. Fuck around with Dawgface. Beefing over a female. Hold on. Time Dawgface got Quentin doing 20-year maximum. So he got a fucking 10 to 20. So he got to do at least 10 years. They gave him a 10 to 20. So Detroit, they do low and high sentencing in Detroit, like how they do in Pennsylvania. Maryland don't do that shit. No contact order that Dawgface got put on Quentin. Bond amended to 100,000 cash. Surety bond. No 10%. With GPS monitor prior to release. All other bond conditions remain. Defendant to be supervised by pretrial supervision. No contact with the girl. And Christopher Austin. Christopher Austin is Dawgface. Order trial delay after Dawgface turned over threats to his phone. That man for ballistics, and phone records discovery. The parties agreed to adjournment is necessary. Agree and adjournment is necessary. The United States Attorney show it's a federal case. No, assistant. The assistant state's attorney shall respect or reset from May 9th. Look, trial due to outstanding discovery. They're going to show the letter. So look at this. The speaker on this video states, now, just so niggas can be fucking clear. Christian Austin, that's Dawgface. All right. Prior to the interview, Southfield life threats. Nigga, look at this shit. All right, so that's all. That's what he's saying in the paperwork. Look at the witness list. He's on the witness list right here. The witnesses. That boy told, man. Count 3. Did make an assault upon Christian Austin with intent to commit the crime of murder. Told on that man. Now he trying to say that dude made a statement on him. At the hearing, the state moved to increase Mr. Moore's bond. This motion was based on discovery of a video sent to Chris Austin, one of the alleged victims in this case. The video was sent to Austin's private social media account. Austin was the only person who could see the video. How did the government get this video, man? The video showed an unknown person in possession of Quentin Moore's discovery packet, trash-talking Austin regarding talking to the police. The state was unable to show where the video originated from and admitted that the voice on the video did not belong to Moore. So somebody else hit Dawgface with the paperwork like, nigga, I know you're a rat. And he turned that shit over to the state. He turned it over to the state. Motherfucker said, show the paperwork. He said, show the paperwork. Look up. Where you at? So this is him going back and forth with a person. Dawgface actual post saying, I didn't identify him, though your bitch did. So listen to his justification of this situation. Hold on. Like they all do this, y'all. When they get caught down bad, it's like they resort to even more telling. Listen to this nigga. I'm like, hold the fuck up, yo. Did I just hear this correctly? Check him out.
Hey, good morning. Is it still morning? Oh, yeah, good morning. Dawgface called wrong, check it in. Hey, listen. One of the things I need you niggas to understand is that, bitch, I ain't no motherfucking gang banker. I ain't no drug dealer. I ain't in the streets, you bitch ass nigga. Excuse me, you bitch ass niggas. You niggas can feel however you want to feel about me. That shit don't change nothing. It don't shake nothing. It don't stop nothing. You niggas thought y'all won. Oh, Dawgface made a statement. My nigga, I don't gotta let no motherfucker pull no stunt and tell the police I tried to do something to him. I don't gotta sit back while a motherfucker do everything in their power to get themselves caught, and then from the word go, try to tell on me, nigga. I ain't gotta sit back while a motherfucker doing all the motherfucking shit they could possibly do to get me locked up, motherfucker. Hear me? I didn't call the police on him. He called the police on himself. He presented himself to the motherfucking police. He told the police when they didn't catch me till an hour later. I was hiding a block over on the side of a garage. While I was in hiding from the police, this nigga telling the police everything about me threatening him, me trying to kill him, me sending him threatening text messages and all that kind of shit, nigga. What part of the game is that? You niggas are so mad at me. You bitch ass niggas is clicking up. Angry, upset, because I'm finna expose you bitch ass niggas. Detroit wanna know who killed Tizzle? I'm gonna let Detroit know who killed Tizzle. Detroit wanna know.
So his response to the snitching is to continue snitching. Y'all know me in the comments. Hold up, y'all. So they're accusing you of snitching, and your response is to snitch? Like, what the fuck are these? This is why I'm saying with these guys, this is not normal behavior, y'all. This is police activity. This is Fed informant talk. Then you find out he cooperated before, so it ain't, shit, it's believable that he might actually be working.
J-Mo, I'm gonna let Detroit know who killed Grassy J-Mo. Detroit wanna know who really killed Blade? I'm gonna let Detroit know who really killed Blade. You stupid ass motherfuckers, what y'all niggas did, right, is that y'all have forced my name so far up in the algorithm. And y'all lack of knowledge and understanding and how this shit really works has put you niggas at a disadvantage. I'm not at a disadvantage. You niggas at a disadvantage.
Bro.
Because, nigga,
you gave your phone to the police, bro. You turned over messages to the police saying that you was being threatened. Saying that you was going to be exposed. Yo, whatever happened before that, he said the dude told on him or whatever happened before that, yo, that ain't got shit to do with you turning over that motherfucking, your DMs. How the fuck they get your DMs, my nigga?
I've been on the phone with everybody who niggas wish y'all could be on the phone with. Everybody you niggas wish y'all could be on the phone with, I've been on the phone with them. It's up, nigga. I'm already gone. It's too late, nigga. I ain't gang banging, bitch. I ain't looking to be accepted in no motherfucking gang, you stupid ass niggas. I'm not looking, I don't sell dope, bitch. I ain't dick sucking big meats like you bitch ass niggas dick sucking big meats. I ain't doing none of that shit. I'm a business owner, bitch. I'm a millionaire, bitch. My motherfucking account say 1000000.
Yeah, not no millionaire,
bitch ass nigga. You niggas got it fucked up. Oh, Dawgface made a statement. Dawgface made a statement about the motherfucker who made a statement. So Dawgface made a statement about a nigga who made this statement. A nigga sucker stroking over a female and mad cause I took his bitch. So mad that I took his bitch that he having a nervous breakdown about the bitch. He busted, and then think about this, right? Nigga, I stood face to face and toe to toe with a nigga and had a shootout with a nigga with some motherfucker with a movie gun, nigga. I'm blowing at a nigga with a movie gun.
Then that mean you wasn't blowing. The fuck? What's up, homie? Like, yo, what the fuck is he talking about? Yo, this man just said, hey, yo, this man said he was in a shootout with a dude with an airsoft pistol. Then, brother, you wasn't in the shootout. The fuck is you talking about? Like, how is that even possible? If you got a fucking paintball gun and a motherfucker shooting real bullets at you, can you say is that really a shootout? Or you just a motherfucking moving target? You know what I mean? I would think he would just be a moving target, yo, because you wasn't hitting nothing. That shit was actually stupid as a motherfucker. You put your life on the line thinking you was in a fucking movie.
He blowing at me with a real gun. I'm blowing at him with a movie gun, nigga. What the fuck is you niggas talking about? A coward don't do that. You bitch ass niggas be having real switches and real guns and won't motherfucking blow back at that nigga who done fuck you niggas up. What's wrong with you niggas?
Bro, this nigga is wild. He crashing out.
Huh?
Yo, this guy is wilding. But it makes sense. He wear fake chains. Wear fake chains, man. Fake chains, fake people. Yeah, he told though, man. Oh, he telling on niggas, man. That shit crazy.
That fake ass nigga ain't in Detroit keep telling niggas pull up on Harper. Nigga, you ain't check your karma. Yo, pull up
You
on
got the
Harper.
actual
Nigga,
break
check your
that shit
camera.
down. I got
You
the
been on
whole
Harper
bomb.
every day.
What you mean? It's right here. Go ahead, flip the camera and break this I got the
down.
bomb right here. This shit in hand.
Man, that nigga.
This the nigga
Yeah,
we
yeah,
told
yeah.
on right here, Quinn Moore.
That story was wicked. What the
Yeah,
kid?
say Quinn Moore. Huh? You got turn Quinn Moore.
Right, hey, Trapper. Where the fuck he get that shit from anyway? What the girl had kids or something? Your probably like, hey yo, the nigga pulled up. Your probably, yo, hey yo, fuck no. Yo, nigga pulled up strap, ready beat about the girl. You probably like, man, what the fuck? Fuck can I do? You got any BB guns in this bitch? You got any fucking water guns? She probably like, I got the airsoft pistol. I mean, it look real. That nigga started shooting back. That nigga started shooting air back at the nigga. Like, what the fuck is wrong with? Yo, I swear, y'all. Yo, I'm telling you, yo, this is too crazy. What's the odds of a person that does that is now on multiple platforms? Hey, like, what's the odds? Yo, how many people ever done that? Like, he might be the only person that ever done that as a grown man. Yo, this happened in 2018, man. Your pie was 50. Oh my gosh, man. Yo, the guys they give us for entertainment, man. It's crazy.
Money, man.
Okay, boom. This Quinn Moore, right?
That bitch ass. I hate
He
that
got
nigga.
Quinn Moore 10 years in prison, man.
Nigga talking.
These real
He really got Quentin Moore 20 years. That's really what he got. Because he got to do 10 is the minimum. Let me make sure. Do Michigan got low high sentencing? Huh. What's going on? Like Hoover going back up for parole. Do Michigan got low and high sentencing?
Yes. Michigan employs a system of minimum and maximum
Yeah.
sentencing,
So he
also
really
called indeterminate sentencing.
Yeah, so he
Judges
really
determine the minimum term, while the maximum is set by law, resulting in sentences like 5 to 15 years.
Yeah, so he really got 20. He don't even know how to read paperwork. The man got 20 years. He got to do 10 off the rip. Mandatory.
Look at this shit, dog. That nigga put a no contact order on them niggas, man. That nigga, right here. No contact with Narissa or Christopher Austin. He put a no contact order in on this man, man.
Only a rat.
No contact order.
Man, we gangsters.
What are you talking about, dog? Listen, they delayed the trial because he turned his phone in as evidence and got the man bond revoked. It's right here. It's right here. All they gotta do is read a screenshot this shit.
Nigga posting every day.
Come on, man. What is we talking about, bro?
What he said?
He gonna shut his
bitch ass nigga can't even.
This dog.
He's so much on wine and
the rat ass nigga he is. This the nigga Quentin
He
telling
don't
Dawgfacetv
even
how
know
much of a
us.
rat he is. Oh no, hold on.
That nigga acting like
Yeah.
he gets money. Nigga, shut up. That $3 ass.
Yeah, so he been going in on Detroit for a while now. And it's crazy. The same person that been going in on Detroit. You out here shooting at niggas with an airsoft pistol. Yo, that is insane to me. Yo, look at this. This shit right here funny. Then we gonna get the CSI. Matter of fact, then you got CEDDY Nash. He cannot help himself, yo. He have to solve a case. Like, he got to. Like, I don't think CEDDY Nash can go too much on YouTube without trying to solve a case. They talking about the paperwork. So Dawgfacetv has been going in on Peasy, T Grizzly, the whole Detroit. I think he's trying to trick him out the streets. What that video with Charles somebody was talking about tricking the baby out the streets? That's their role, man. That's their job. Their job is to trick rappers off the streets. But CSI CEDDY. CSI CEDDY Nash is back at it again, y'all. The real story. CEDDY Nash says Offset did not rat and Lil TJ lied. Lil TJ got KO'd by a fan. Here you go. Your mark, get set, go.
Offset done with the casino, whatever is whatever. I don't know about the man debt or whoever he owe and all that, and I really don't care. Offset chilling, waiting for a ride. Lil TJ and his homeboys are over there. You feel me? They up over there chilling, and they press up on Offset. They jump Offset. It's all everything.
Why the fuck is this shirt so dirty, y'all?
But this where we gonna put the
nigga like he was eating a bucket of chicken. Like a typical fat boy. You got grease all on his shirt, nigga. Tighten up, nigga. Bluffing ass, snitching ass, telling ass, nigga.
On Lil TJ, because you called that man a snitch. You lied on that man. Because if Offset would have snitched, he would have given a statement to the police and your charges would have been upgraded. Lil TJ ain't shoot nobody. And Offset ain't say you shot nobody because you wouldn't have got a bond.
How the fuck do you know, bro? You wasn't there, yo. Like, yo, this nigga be like, how do you know? You don't know anything. Yo, why, yo, these guys are getting out of control with wanting to be first, man. What the fuck? Yo, for one, Florida is a stand your ground state. And depending on the situation and the circumstances, shots could have got fired. And if his life was in danger, or it was in fear, he could have suffered great bodily harm, it'd be justified. But we don't know the details. You know, we ain't the police. We don't even care about the details. But CSI CEDDY Nash and his need to fucking solve cases it's just crazy.
So the paperwork is actually going to reveal this because they waiting on CCTV. So everything I'm about to tell y'all is 100% factuals. Everything I'm about to tell y'all is all on camera. This fool Offset is getting jumped by a couple of cats. These cats is Lil TJ's crew. So Lil TJ crew, about 4 or 3 cats is jumping Offset, smacking him with the pistol and all of this shit, right? All right. I ain't really doing too much damage. You know, they smack him in the nose, you know, bloody his nose up and all this and everything. So Offset didn't get shot in his ass. Offset got shot in his waist. It almost broke a bone.
Jesus,
so
right.
When y'all see Offset from now on, Buddy gonna be
his
walking with that on his hip. But here's where things get interesting. Lil TJ got knocked out. What happened is the little nigga that got arrested ain't nobody crew. The dude who got arrested was just a fan of Offset. So TJ got his ass knocked out by a fan. The nigga that's on the ground, that's Lil TJ. Offset already in the goddamn ambulance being transported. If Offset would have told, the charges would have been aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. You don't see those charges. That's why he got that damn charge. His charge actually comes from him and the damn fan getting into it because the fan knocked his ass out. Lil TJ, tell me I'm lying. So you just lied on this nigga and called him a snitch.
Yo, he could have still told. Could have told on somebody else. Like, yo, this nigga. And yo, why is you like, yo, this is the, yo, I just don't get it, yo. I don't get it. I don't get it, yo. Why are you so concerned about the situation? Yo, let the story come out, bro. Like, it'll come out. It'll be in paperwork. Let the paperwork drop, bro. Like, but he just have to. He have to be in the case somehow. I think he didn't adopted the mentality like Wack 100 said. You know, when you're naming paperwork, that's good promo. I think CEDDY Nash. I think that's what he believes too. He won his name in paperwork. He's dying, and his name already in paperwork. But I don't think his brother paperwork is enough. He need his name in a rapper's paperwork. Yeah, I mean, the fact that he told on his brother that was small potatoes. That ain't nothing. You know, that's par for the course. He need his name in a rapper's paperwork. Telly Nash.
That nigga never said you shot that shit. That nigga said he don't know what the fuck happened. So TJ, tell him about how your crew left your ass there while you was on the ground.
What are we supposed to do, y'all?
That's what happened, bruh. Nothing.
What the fuck they supposed to stood there? Yo, shots got firing. Shots got the firing. Yo, TJ got caught. The fuck? He got caught at the scene, bro. We ain't ready to sit here and wait because TJ ain't run or whatever the fuck happened. We don't know what happened. But for him to try to make it seem like that's how you know he's not who he say he is. Yo, when shots get to flying, yo, people is running and ducking. Now, once the smoke clear, niggas come back. You know, if you stand up, you're gonna come back. But when shots get to firing, ain't nobody standing around, bro.
Else. Them is a fact. Everything I told you is a fact. Offset got jumped by little TJ people and try to bang you with the goddamn blink. And then once he
He put charges on him. God damn. That's a whole nother charge, bro. This guy's crazy.
Mind you, all on camera. Once they did that and they whooping on him, Offset sees little TJ, he run over him, bam, bam, bam. Everything I say, he whooped on him, and then little TJ homeboy dope fiend him and shot him. In the midst of little TJ and Offset basically squabbling, it really wasn't no squabble. It really was a, hey, do your best defense move. Little TJ got his ass whooped by Offset. What ends up happening is TJ...
Yeah, that still don't even make sense. If they was jumping them, how did it get to a point where TJ and Offset was fighting one-on-one? When they stop jumping them and say, no, let them see him head up. Like, yo, like, is that what happened, CEDDY? Since you know everything else? So they jumped him first and said, no, yo, let them fight one-on-one. So TMZ is reporting, according to probable cause affidavit, cops claim at around 7:22 p.m. Eastern Time Monday, Lord TJ directed members of his party to start a fight with another group of males. That don't sound like CEDDY Nash's story. Police say during the altercation, one of TJ's associates pulled a gun and fired, injuring Offset. The docs say cops have reviewed security footage of Lord TJ hopping out of his vehicle, pointing out Offset, and leading his group over to the rapper, where the fight broke out. They also claim TJ filmed the incident on his phone. Then, CEDDY Nash, yo, you gotta stop this shit, man. The affidavit don't sound like nothing to what you saying. At all. They say Lord TJ filmed it.
We're learning more from investigators. Apparently, that other rapper, Little TJ, pulled up to valet here behind me.
Yeah, I seen that. That shit was funny.
Posse, according to officers, to start a fight with Offset and his friends. That's when someone fired a weapon.
Offset and his friends.
Chaos at the casino.
So, everybody that's going through the court documents is saying that Offset and his friends, it was a brawl. CEDDY Nash is claiming that no, it wasn't a brawl. They just jumped Offset, and then they left TJ, and he got this salacious story. Offset getting pistol whipped. He ain't look pistol whipped in that picture I seen. Yo, if motherfucker pistol whip, you gonna have a mean ass. What that picture at? I don't think I saved it. You're gonna be swelled up pretty bad, man. You get pistol whipped.
We're learning learning more from investigators. Apparently, that other rapper,
Yeah,
Little
kid, that
TJ,
video
pulled
funny as
up
shit though.
to valet here behind me, directed his posse, according to officers, to start a fight
call it
with
his posse.
Offset and his friends. That's when someone fired a weapon. Chaos at the Casino Valet. Famous rapper Offset shot Monday at a Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood. The video shared online capturing two men being detained by officers. Moments later, Offset seen getting into an ambulance in a photo obtained by TMZ.
What's up? What about a fight at the casino?
Fight who? Another rapper, Little TJ, whose real name is Tion Jaden Merritt, bonding out of jail Tuesday, charged with disorderly conduct in connection with what's described to be a fight at the Hard Rock.
Was Offset looking at me like this? You know, that shot me. That shot me.
Cops say in an arrest form, Little TJ directed members of his party to start a fight, and one of the males associated with the defendant pulled a firearm and discharged it, wounding one of the individuals.
Right.
Meantime, Offset at Memorial Regional, according to his reps, expected to be okay. We're learning more from investigators. Apparently, that other rapper, Little TJ, pulled up to valet here behind me, directed his posse.
Now, CSI said he wasn't done. Just yesterday, he told another salacious story about 21 Savage. Like, yo, this nigga, he should write a book. Him and 1090 Jake need to do a joint venture on a book because their storytelling abilities is impeccable, remarkable. Yeah, right? They're remarkable storytellers. Like, he just keeps jumping into other people's situations. CEDDY Nash, 21 Savage. Like, for some reason, he was highly upset with 21 Savage because 21 Savage was riding, listening to FDO.
I don't ever want to come off as picking and choosing and all that. But 21 Savage, we cool. So I'm going to just ask this simple question. When they whipped your ass at 404 Day a couple years ago and snatched your car, right?
Couple years ago, yo.
Gucci Mane didn't make fun of you. But you making fun of Gucci Mane for getting robbed. You want to play FDO and all this shit and everything. Should have went up to Boulder Crest. But that's throwing me because you got robbed and beat up at 404 Day. And now you're making fun of Gucci. So why don't we replace the G and put the L in? Why don't you make fun of YFN Lucci? They did the same shit to him. They beat his ass and took his chain off of his neck.
Yo, this nigga.
That happened this year too. So, I mean, you're going to make fun of him as well? Like I say, Savage, we still cool. I just don't understand how you going to diss Gucci Mane to all people and nobody better not say, oh, no, he was actually calling him a snitch. He would have called him a snitch.
Look.
He's trolling Gucci Mane for getting robbed. But I want to understand something. Why
We in Atlanta, sir. We got some of the biggest news platforms, both ghetto and global. The city ain't confirmed this one. So where the hell?
Your ass beat and robbed at 404 Day and they took your car. He still did songs with you throughout the years. Just crazy how you just want to throw that shit away. But make fun of Lucci too. Can you do that, please? I don't.
Yo, niggas in Atlanta is like, yo, who the fuck told you that? Never heard of this story, son. Yo, he turned into a storyteller, man. It's like, yo, these guys are going so far down a rabbit hole with this blog and shit. It's getting scary. It is scary. It's scary, y'all. Because like I've been telling y'all for at least a year or two now, yo, when will it end? How far are we going to continue to allow? How far down the rabbit hole is we going to continue to go with this so-called content and these bloggers? And like, oh, this nigga told a story. He told a story about Pooh Shiesty. Now he telling the story about TJ. Telling a story about 21 Savage and YFN Lucci. Like, god damn, bro. Like, yo, the fuck is wrong with you? Your probably was a nigga that when you was kids, There's always tell on you and shit. Like, oh man, fucking CSI said he's seen this. He's gonna tell Miami. I know his brothers, his siblings probably hated his ass growing up. Like a bitch ass, all you doing is telling on people. Yo, cause you know, telling is something that you pick up as a kid. You know, that's something that's like a what you wanna call that shit? It's like a defect in character. You feel me? Like it's like a character defect. He might can't help it. He might can't help it, y'all. He just been doing that shit for so long. It's just like natural. You know, it just comes natural to him. That's how he told on his brother. But he just told a story about TJ. Put new charges on him. Talking about niggas pistol whipped this shit. And the news and the police documents doesn't confirm any of that. He must be telling them. He must, like he's telling more information than the alleged victims. You know what I mean? They probably left some shit out. Nope, not CEDDY. CSI CEDDY ain't leaving nothing out. You heard me? He gonna tell it all. They from start to finish. He probably can tell you what Lil TJ did and Offset did before they got to the casino. You heard me? He can tell you that whole day, run it all down to you. But y'all, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Appreciate everybody that tapped in. Hit the hype button if you want to support the platform. Cash App Baltimore Swag. It's another day of Keep It G News, and I'm out.